All right, we're live. I'm on time today. Was setting up earlier. That's why I got through all the troubleshooting. Don't have any issues. We're good to go. Let's stop moving. All right, yeah, there we go. Okay, all right. Salam. My name is Mustafa. For those of you new to the channel, my name is Mustafa. I am a game developer. I am the solo game developer of Sabr Path. Sabr Path is a small one-man indie studio, just me. I have one game on Steam. I have another game that's in the works. And on this channel, I talk about, I plug my games. I don't really talk about my games too much. I plug them, but I talk about problems with the game industry, such as narrative problems, DEI problems, just problems I see with the game industry, my opinions on the game industry, how things are going, and try to push for solutions rather than allowing for the problems to continue, and also to shed light on things, since I have experience in the game industry, and not everybody who talks about these topics have experience in the game industry. In fact, a lot of people who have experience in the game industry like to pretend these problems don't exist because they want to stay within the right circles. They want to continue to push the fake news. Looks like we got Angry Chair in the chat. Welcome. How you doing, Angry Chair? Welcome back. Appreciate you showing up. How are things going? Anything else I want to say in my intro about me? That's basically it. I mean, I do this. The channel's been growing in the past year. I'm pretty blessed that's been growing a lot in the past year. Speaking of which, so I'm going to I'm not giving up on the channel. I'm going to continue doing it. The thing is, I'm going to do a lot of focus on the live streams for now, because it's taking up less of my time to do live streams. It takes maybe an hour or two to prep, get notes. Hey, just quiet, peaceful dance. Thanks for letting me know the audio is good. I'm glad that you were able to join, because I'm going to highlight some of your comments, because I saw you were fighting battles. you were fighting battles in the comments section, so I'm going to talk about you, show some of your comments that you had. I just kind of man, these people are wasting my time. But once we get to the main topic, I'm going to go into that. But glad that you're able to join. But back to what I was saying, as far as with my plans with the channel for now, financially as a whole, this is my career, my financial situation as a whole. I decided to put together a 90-day plan, because when I was in my men's group, years ago, 2021, I was in a men's group, and we did 90-day plans. We called it the battle plan, and we made a 90-day plan. Here's the goal. We have a 4-week check-in, an 8-week check-in, and then a 12-week, here's the goal. So I said to myself, okay, I need to do this with my career, my finances, because things are rough right now. Looks like I'm going to keep my warehouse job, but the hours got cut so drastically. This week I have 12 hours, and then next week I think I have 1 day, so maybe 8 hours next week. So things are not looking good with that warehouse job. Even though they're keeping me, it's not looking good at the moment. It's not going to pay the bills. And then my teaching job doesn't start until January 20th. So because I have 2/3 of the month not working the teaching job, I'm not getting paid for that. And the teaching job pays pretty well, but it is what it is. I have to wait until the end of the month. So long story short, I just to summarize, because or you just keep it brief, because I don't want to waste your guys' time on this. But keep it brief. Skip ad. I don't need that. Anyway, skip ad. Anyway, to keep it brief, got my 90-day plan that copies the men's group 90-day battle plan. As far as I have like daily things to do, like apply for jobs, apply for Upwork gigs, do a C# project, because my coding skills exist, but they're not great. I'm not a very good coder, so I need to focus on learning to code better, because if I do that, then that helps me with a teaching job, because then they'll give me opportunities to teach gaming classes that involve coding. Also, it helps me with applying for like game development jobs that require coding. So I'm working on a C# project to enhance my skills. Long story short, the YouTube videos at the moment, they're on pause. That long story short. So don't expect the regular videos for about 3 months, unless there's like a topic that it's like, okay, I really need to jump on top of this topic. Then I'll jump on top of it. But for now, I'm only going to focus on these live streams, just so I can try to get on track with my career. So that's the long story short. Let me say hi to some of these people showing up on the chat. So personal YouTube channel, thank you for showing up. Appreciate it. Let me read what you said. Remember when you had a couple thousand subscribers in the early days? Your channel has that. Yeah. I'm definitely. In fact, it was this time last year when I think I had, how much? I had like maybe 600 subs, because it wasn't until the DEI, the first DEI video, I went from like 600 to like 5,000. It was a huge jump. So that was amazing. So I appreciate you, personal YouTube channel. Let's see, Wrangler, whole lot of hola. Thanks for joining, Wrangler. How you doing? I'm always glad to see you in here listening from work today, so I won't be able to chat. That's cool. I appreciate you listening in. Just being in here and listening definitely helps the algorithm. And give the video a like too. Give the video a like, and that helps the algorithm. But I appreciate you listening. Always. Oh yeah. I'm guessing you're responding to me mentioning you fighting battles in the comments. Just a quiet, peaceful dance. No, I'm just call you peaceful dance, just to shorten up your name. Anyways, if you don't mind, I'm gonna just so I don't get tongue tied. But yeah, so that is the update. The update is, I'm sorry there's gonna be less videos, but career is important, and it's important for me to pay the bills. I'm not going to pretend that Sabr path is making me bank. And so the most time consuming thing about the YouTube is making a video. So I'm going to just put those on hold unless there's something like, something crazy. It's like, okay, I really got to chime in on this one. So anyways, and before, so what, okay, oh yeah, all right, let's switch over to, okay, studio mode. Let's go to this, and so I forgot to mention last week, transition, there we go. Last week I forgot to mention, in fact, it wasn't that I forgot to mention, I just completely, it just went under my nose that the Steam winter sale has begun, and there it is. It's on sale. 25% off. Steam winter sale begun. And I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Oh man. Excuse me. Sorry. Anyways, Steam winter sale began. I Like, I wasn't paying attention. And so it's 25% off. If you want to help out the channel, $3.74 American. I'm pretty sure it's cheap, all over the world because I have it marked. It's different prices everywhere. But anyways, point is, if you want to help support the channel, check out the game. And if you already own the game, please leave a review. But don't leave a review before you have an hour clocked. Like, don't just buy the game and leave a review, because that shows up on the that shows up on your Steam review. So please clock in an hour and leave an honest review. If you think that it's worth the $3.74, mention that. If you think it's not worth it, I'm not gonna tell you what to write. Just don't make a like I told one of my friends to leave a review because I was trying to get the 10 reviews. If you don't have 10 reviews on your game on Steam, no one really barely anyone sees your game. Once you get 10 reviews, boom, like the algorithm goes wild. And so I was trying to get some real life friends to leave reviews, and one of them, let me see. It's not showing up. Browse all reviews. Yeah, this guy. I'm not sure who it was, but I know it's one of my friends within the. Okay, I know who it is. Never mind. I know who it is. Anyways, Zelda, Mario Bros, and Skyrim. These are some games that come to mind when I think of the top line games growing up. Well, add Nexus Defenders to the list. This game is engaging and forces you to strategize on the fly if you're going to advance to the next level. Come on, dude. Come on. Don't be ridiculous. This is too much. If you leave a review, this is too much. Thank you, but this is just insane. No one's gonna believe this. So please be honest. So I just want to go over that. Yeah. Yes. Hold on. Let me go with the chat real quick. I had a nice 5-letter name, but some reason YouTube now uses handles in chat to shorten it. However, it's more convenient. All right. Thanks. I'll if you don't mind, I'll call you Peaceful Dance. So I don't get tongue-tied. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, it's just don't do this. If you want to support the channel, leave a review. Don't do this. All right, let's go back here. All right. And again, so I gotta keep in mind when I'm doing live streams to do my calls to action, because that's a thing you gotta do, because otherwise no one does the calls to action. But if you're watching this live, please be active in the chat. I'll read the chat. I'm going to respond to chat, and if you leave a super chat, you're more than welcome to leave a super chat. If you don't want to leave a super chat, you don't have to. Leave a like instead. Nothing is required. I do not require super chats, but I appreciate them. So let's and the last thing before I get into the main topic, I want to talk about. Let me get this on screen. So follow me on Twitter if you have an X account. So my Twitter handle is @SabrPath. Let me type that in the chat, or I'll just leave I'll just leave the link to it. There's the link. It's in the chat. That's me on Twitter. If you want to follow me, so if you follow me on Twitter, go ahead and tag me on any topic. Like, if you see something interesting and you want me to talk about it, whether a video or on the live stream, go ahead and tag me on there. Like, send me messages on Twitter, on X. If you ever see something that you're like, hey, hopefully Mustafa talks about this, send it to me, because the most time-consuming thing for these live streams, I mean, it doesn't take too long to prep, but it's mainly me figuring out what's the topic. What should I talk about? What's the most interesting thing? And if the audience wants me to talk about something, go ahead and send it to me. But aside from that, I wanted to look at. Let me see. I got a notification. Okay, yeah. So I want to talk about this on Twitter really quick. This is not going to be the main topic, but this is a mini subtopic before I get into the main topic. But this is about. Let me get the. Okay, let me just share screen, or let's make this a little bit bigger. All right, and then I'll transition. All right, so this dude, Pirate Nation. From what I tell, this guy doesn't even I'm assuming it's a guy, but doesn't really post stuff. All he does is repost things that other people post. Just straight up steals other people's content and reposts it as if it's his own without giving credit to whoever made the initial thing. I was looking at let me go here real quick. So I was actually looking at my own feed. And I realized that I was calling him out recently. Well, not recently. So, yeah, November. So he posted this. Piracy is not theft. It's piracy. A handy guide. Theft removes the original. Whoop. Taking the star. Piracy makes a copy. No dev or publisher has ever been able to refute this. And I was like, this is like saying sneaking into a place that requires a ticket, such as a movie theater, sporting event, museum, zoo, etc., is fine because no one lost anything. Just because someone doesn't physically lose something doesn't mean it's not theft. Theft is taking something that's not yours. Doesn't mean that the person lost it. Anyways, zero logic. But go back to this one. This showed up on my feed. And this meme doesn't say too much, but the implication, what this image is implying is that this is Call of Duty back in its heyday, developed by a bunch of guys, which is not even there are girls. I can see women. There's at least 3 I can see. 1, 2, 3, and maybe that's another 4. There are women in this image. I saw in the quote tweets, people are like, "Oh, a bunch of guys versus a bunch of girls." No, there's actually women in here. But anyways, the point I made in my reply is that picked one is Infinity Ward at E3. Apparently, they're getting some kind of award from Guinness. I don't know what the award is. Maybe it has something to do with sales. I don't know. But they're getting an award from Guinness, and this is at E3. You can tell they're at E3 because they're wearing their lanyards, and they have their E3 badges. And this is also the backgrounds, the Modern Warfare logo that they have at the E3 booths. So this is E3. This, first of all, I saw this. I assumed it was the Women's Day photo because every studio always takes a Women's Day photo. I'm actually wrong. This is not the Women's Day photo. But I'll get into that in a second. Regardless, this is Infinity Ward and this is Treyarch. So they're not even the same. This is not even the same studio. That's one thing. Another thing is this is clearly a small group. This is not even the whole studio. Treyarch is a AAA studio. The number of people fluctuates depending on how far they are in the development because some people are contractors and they come in only for a certain amount of time to do a specific job. But it fluctuates between, at least when I was there, it was between 300 to 400 people. It might have gotten larger, maybe 500, 600 people. But the point is, the number of people. This is in this picture alone, it is less than 20 people. Let me open up this image real quick. View original. All right. This is, I did a reverse Google image search, and this is the best I can find to find the full image. This, first of all, it's Black Ops 6. As you can see here, Call of Duty Black Ops 6. This is the Black Ops 6 logo. And this is less than 30 women. And basically, whoever posted this on her Instagram, she basically said, I'm proud of the team at Treyarch and our outstanding partners. So that means this is not just employees, but contractors. It could mean that it can be contractors like art contractors. It could be QA, because QA are technically contractors. The point is, this is less than 30 people. This is probably just, hey, we're the girls, let's get a picture together. And on top of that, this is not even all the people in this picture are not even developers. Because that's my former boss, my former supervisor, Amy. She is currently the director of operations. And this is her boss. So she was also my 2 levels above me. This is Rose. Rose is the senior director of operations. So at least 2 people in this image are not even developers. I know who she is. She's a programmer. A lot of these women I have no clue who they are. So either they are QA, because QA has like a rotating door. They can also be contractors, because contractors work for a little while. Or they could just be like really, really new. I think that I know who she is. She's who replaced me. Okay. All right. I know who she is. She has long hair now. Okay. Yeah, she replaced me. Anyways. So 1, 2, 3 people who are not even developers, and there's probably more people who are not developers in this picture. The point I'm trying to make with here is that this meme is trying to say that the developers got replaced by a bunch of women, which the size of this is not even the size of the studio, and it's just disingenuous. It's you're lying. Like, if you want to make a point, make a truthful point, because I mean, those of you who are keeping up with me, all of you guys in the chat right now who you've kept up with me for a while. I'm not pro DEI. Like, my most popular video is literally anti-DEI. And I will be the first to tell you that, yes, while I was there at Treyarch, more and more women there were way more women that were working when I left than before I left. Before, at the end of my career there versus the beginning of my career there, they were hiring lots of women. So I will be the first to tell you, yeah, it is true that they were hiring lots of women, but integrity is important. You're not going to have integrity if you're posting literally lies. And this is the point. Like, I don't know who. I am vaguely familiar with this Alec Baldwin's finger guy. I've seen him on Twitter, and I see that a lot of people who I follow, like all these people who I follow, are following him. So I'm vaguely familiar with it, but he's like trying to clown on me. Where's the 2009 Women's Day photo? I'm like, gotcha. You're cool with spreading lies to make a point? Integrity means nothing. This guy's like arguing with me, and I basically he was like trying to say that his point is about DEI hiring too many women. He said perspective. It's like, no, you're using the word perspective wrong. The word you're looking for is point. But even if you have a point, you shouldn't use a lie to prop up your point. Because if you use a lie to prop up your point, there goes your entire integrity. It's like I said here, it's the boy who cried wolf. Like, when you start using lies to prop up your point, then no one can take you seriously. I even saw where is it? Let's go to replies. I saw Smash JT post the exact same thing. What went wrong? And I said the same thing to him. I was like, what wrong is that the one's a picture of Infinity Ward and the other is less than 30 female employees and contractors at the launch of Black Ops 6. Spreading these types of dishonest memes only hurts your integrity. And yes, I do like my own posts because that's the pro tip to get momentum on your own post. I always like my own posts. Anyways, let me catch up with the chat. Let's catch up with the chat. I started doubting these pictures when one of them had many women in it, Bungie, and it was also Women's Day thing. Yeah, I saw. So I think it was either last week or the week before that. I was talking about Andy Pants, and that's something Andy Pants loves to do on his videos. He'll take a picture of the Women's Day, and it's usually like maybe 20 or 30-ish women, and then say this is the entire studio. Which okay, yeah, that reminds me. Let me get this picture up. Open it up. View original. All right, let's put this on the screen. This is the picture of Treyarch. This is, or at least I believe this is the entire Treyarch. Hey, there's Nick. Okay. Anyways, this is Treyarch. Okay, like saying this is Treyarch. This is the entire development team. That's clown news. This is so. I'm gonna guess. It is. I don't know for sure, but I'm gonna guess this does not include QA because this actually looks kind of small. So at the very least, I don't think this includes QA, and definitely doesn't have contractors such as those that work remotely, because there's lots of contractors who work remotely. So I think having integrity is important when we make these points. When I make a video on DEI and I'm against it, if I start bringing up nonsense like what Andy Pants does, then that ruins my entire integrity. Yeah, don't put too many women in the men games, I guess. There's a reason why barbarian warrior types appeal to guys. But Pirate Nation shouldn't use them disingenuously as propaganda or for our side. He can F off, and I don't want him on my side. Yeah, like I am totally against tribe mentality of like my side and their side. So that's why I don't like to consider someone like Pirate Nation on my side. Like I will speak what I believe is truthful, and I'll speak against the things that are wrong. But then if I see someone like, Smash JT, I don't have anything against Smash JT. I actually was on a podcast with him like last month, I believe. But I'm gonna tell him, yo, this is a disingenuous meme. Don't spread this stuff. Let me get back to the chat. Most people don't care about integrity, unfortunately. Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's one thing I want to focus with my kids. I want to make sure that they have good integrity. People seem to care more about winning in any place rather than remaining consistent, and that's unfortunate, and it's a childish mindset. It's very unfortunate. I see mostly men in this picture. Yeah, the picture I just had up, it is definitely mostly men because that's just how it is. There was, even when I finished my my endeavor at Treyarch, they hired a lot of women, but it still wasn't near the same amount. It was not even close to 50-50. It wasn't even like 25%. It was, my guess is it was around 40 women or so. And, you have hundreds of men. Like you had at least 200 or so men within the building. There's more people beyond the building. Like 70%. Yeah. It was definitely like a large percent of men. I I mean, in that picture, it definitely looks like there's more women now than there was before when I was working there. Yeah, Pirate Nation is on its own side. Yeah, I mean, like Pirate Nation. What's that? Yog's Torch or whatever, Yog's Torch or something like that. And there's like John De La Rose. Those people are just completely disingenuous. They are just rage baiters and engagement baiters. Personally, can't take JT seriously anymore. He's biased, even though we're on the same side. I have some disagreements with him. I think genuinely, I think he's mostly on. Like I feel like he's honest and but I think he's like very wrong and on certain things he's very wrong and pushes to an extreme. Like I feel like he was burnt by liberal politics because he was previously more of a liberal. That's what he self proclaims, and then he got so burnt that he like went, far like Trump supporter. Like he's a very big Trump supporter, and it's like I'm not a Trump supporter. I don't support either of the major politicians. I think they're all they're two sides of the same coin. Smash JT is a rage baiter, not a Hey Logic person. I also liked him before. Okay, let's get to the main topic. All right, so let's transition back here while I just wanted to. Oh, well, I'm too close to. Okay, yeah, I just wanted to make that point real quick because I was seeing this and I was like, what's up with all these clowns? Like they're not using any logic. They see I want, like, at the end of the day, I want people to. I know I'm preaching to the choir though, because my audience are not a bunch of dummies, but I want people to look at something online and think critically and ask questions. Does this make sense? And that's probably the first question they should ask is, does this even make sense? And then ask more questions beyond that. Okay, I see less than 20 people in this picture. How is that in the entire studio? Anyways, yeah, let's get to what I want to do. I'm just going to go to the. Nope, not that. Let's go here. I guess I'll open up YouTube. Let's just go to my video. Was there anything else I wanted to bring up before I went there? Okay, so only 30 minutes before. Okay, leaving early. Good. Hey, thanks for joining Angry Armchair. I appreciate you hanging out. Sorry that I just started the main topic, but I appreciate you hanging out. Hey, how do you say that name? Six Ilbrum. That's a name. Anyways, welcome to the chat. I don't know how you can believe Trump is your guy after the first year of his second regime-approved term. Yeah, I mean, some people still, I guess they want to believe that because one side disagrees with them so much that the other side must be the good side. And I just get tired of the lies from everybody. All of them lie constantly. None of them ever fulfill their promises. And the same patterns keep on happening. So to me, it doesn't make sense either. You can just call me Gilbert. All right, Gilbert. Thanks for joining. Oh, that's a G. That's why. Okay, the 6 is a G. Okay. All right. Let me get back to this. What am I doing? I'm going to my video. So go to channel, and then go to my video. And then we're going to go look at some comments. Or should I look at the comments in the studio? Which one's better? I think over here, since it looks a little bit bigger, maybe? Well, first of all, I should zoom in a little bit. Oh, that makes that side bigger too. let me just so you guys understand what I'm complaining about. Yeah. So when I make this font bigger, this side over here is getting bigger too, and that's kind of annoying. Yeah. Yeah. That's. Oh, there's what's his name, Liver King. He's. Anyways, maybe what I should do is go to the YouTube Studio instead. So let me go to YouTube Studio and get the comments there. YouTube Studio, and then go to comments. Hey, I have a perspective on politics that politics and systems tend to select for the corruptible, and hence, the more you are willing to concede in order to move forward, the more you advance. Yeah, I have a similar view that those who are at the top, especially at the federal level, are all playing ball to get there. They have to do something to be approved to get into the club. So they're playing ball with each other, they're sleeping with each other, figuratively and literally, and who knows what else they're doing. But they're working together against us. That's how I feel. Depends on what you mean as right winger, I guess. Nothing about being conservative makes me that way. Oh wait, did I miss something? Okay. All right. Let me get back to these comments. Let's close that so that shows all the comments. So let me get this on. Well, let me make this bigger first. There we go. Collapse that. No, that didn't collapse it. Go back there. I guess that doesn't collapse it. Okay, anyways, this is fine. This is fine. Let's just make this on the screen. Hey, Cosgrove, welcome back. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? It's exhausting being a centrist. All you do is argue with both sides or bite your tongue. I don't consider my so as far as where I get you saying you're a centrist, but like I was like as far as me, yeah, that I just donated. That's why I'm wearing that thing. But anyway, so as far as where I sit, I put myself as Muslim before anything else. Do my morals align with Islam? And that's why I ask myself, like, is this Islamic? Does it line up with my Islamic beliefs? And that's basically how I align my political views. That's basically it with me. Yeah, as if trans don't hate turfs and so on. I think women hate is unique to right wing. Think again. Yeah. I agree with you. So yeah, let's get to one of the main arguments I see. Okay, like this. You just like your own comment? Yes, I did. Anyways, one of the main comments I see is that people making false analogies with crimes, especially lethal crimes, with the use of AI. For example, this one saying that, it's like, okay, you cheat on your wife, she breaks up with you, and you cry about being punished for honesty. Can you explain, can you make the case that this is an equivalent analogy? Because it's definitely not on the same level. Who when it comes to a game developer using AI, who's the wife? Who's being cheated on? Because when a wife's being cheated on, the husband took a vow, as the two have made a contract that they're going to live together and support each other. They made promises to each other. They made vows And when it comes to game development and using an AI, who's breaking their promise? Who like, where's the, how do you connect the cheating? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, this person deflected. Oh, yes, I can. Did you just like your own comment? Mm. There was another one. Let's see. Oh, can I search by word? Stab. Okay, yeah. Stop moving. Okay. So describing it as honesty. This one also stood out. As punishing honesty is like stabbing a guy and telling the police you did it, and then claiming that the subsequent arrest is then punishing honesty. They're not punishing AI use, rightfully so, as I see, or they're punishing AI use, rightfully so. So, like, the point is, you made these equivalencies without actually proving that they're an equivalent. This would be like if I were to make the claim that, let's say I'm going to make the claim that eating an apple a day is going to make you overweight, because then I say, well, look at this. If I eat a whole cake every day, I'm going to gain weight and get diabetes. Just because just because that happens with the cake, if I eat a whole cake, doesn't mean it's going to happen with the apple. Like, you can't just make an analogy and assume that they're the same thing. Let me get to the chat real quick. Okay. Read out perspective on politics. Oh, I already read that one. I think I read that one. No, I didn't. Depends on what you mean. Oh, yeah, I did read that one. Okay. It's exhausting being eccentric. Yeah, I read that already. Yeah, I read that one too. Hey, Liam, welcome back, Liam. Glad that you're in the chat. How you doing? I don't think his last point on eroding truth and human creativity, truth remains truly objective. Yeah, no. Let me read through this. Okay, so the question of whether AI is ethical or not, don't hide behind notions of maintaining honesty. It is a clear case of something which is deemed to be unethical being treated as unethical upon being known. Also, most games are going to be made with AI in the future notion is utterly before we move on to that. So he made a statement without backing the statement, and that's like, why is it unethical? Also, if it's unethical, why are you using YouTube? Like, you're using a Google product, and it's feeding Gemini. Like, none of this makes sense. I should not. I should note that. Speaking of which, like a lot of these people, I'm just highlighting to keep my spot. But a lot of these people who are like very anti, like, open AI, ChatGPT, they use Reddit, and ChatGPT uses all of Reddit. Like, they have a partnership. ChatGPT feeds off of Reddit, and that's why ChatGPT is more liberal biased, because it's learning off of Reddit. So it's like, if you use Reddit, and then you say that ChatGPT is unethical, it's like, well, you're using Reddit though. Getting back to here. I should note that that no justification is ever given by those claiming to be the case. It's merely treated as a given. Furthermore, the reason that's untrue. That's untrue. Furthermore, the reason people who are against AI are fighting against it so much is partially to avoid a world in which that comes to pass. Even in this video, you bring up how with AI, it's hard to tell what was made by human and what wasn't. You can't escape the fact that it's eroding truth and human creativity. We'll get that in a second, but as far as like fighting, like if you're fighting the people who make video games, which is less than 1%, I'm very certain it's less than, the people who make video games make up less than 1% of AI users. There's more people spreading memes on X using AI than there are people who are developing games. And the thing that, even if you get game developers to stop, these corporations are getting fed money. Like, they are literally getting trillions of dollars. Like, Peter Thiel is giving billions and billions to Sam Altman and OpenAI. Elon is putting billions into Grok. Google is putting billions into Gemini. And then we have the US government that are passing bills like the Big Beautiful Bill that allows not only billions more to go to these AI companies, but also allowing them to put up cooling plants right next to low income areas and sucking up all the electricity. So, like, if your goal is to stop the AI companies, stopping the end user is not going to prevent these companies from getting the billions and trillions of dollars that they're getting. Like, go after the source, not the people at the very, like this zero logic when it comes to trying to stop. And I will not disagree that AI is a problem to society for many reasons. Not only all the reasons I mentioned in the video, which the economic issues, jobs, etc. Not only is it a problem, but also it causes brain atrophy because people are getting so used to having the AI think for them. Grok, is this real? Grok, tell me about this post. Or I guess a more practical example would be the use of GPS. People use GPS so much that if they don't have GPS, they're going to be completely lost. So it's all this technology use is causing brain atrophy. So yeah, I will agree that there are problems with AI, but if you're going after the end user, your game plan sucks. Let me catch up with the chat real quick. Let's go back here. Okay, I don't think there's yeah, okay. Okay. The real problem is that people need constant mental challenge in order to grow. It's kind of like yeah, exactly, Gilbert. I completely agree with you. I know I just said it, but I see you said it before me. Each time you use AI artist, an artist disappears. Yeah, he's mad. This guy's mad. Makes me want to support AI harder. There are real problems with AI. Most people are focused on silly things. The real problem with AI is when someone has control on the levers that they control about. Yeah, Liam, that's another problem, that a lot of these AI, the companies that are made by AI, they have a bias because of the people who are setting it up. And this is why I'm totally against the idea of having AI think for you. Instead, I think it's very useful as a search engine. So if you want to look into any certain topic, ask it to provide the articles, the proofs. You look at it yourself, look at these articles, and then come up with your own conclusion. That's a much safer way than saying, "Grok, is this real? Grok, tell me about this." I saw this video on X. It was a fight scene, some anime. I don't. Let me see if I can pull it up. Give me 1 second. Let me transition back. Maybe X. I think I still have the chat, but this was so stupid. Oh, not chat. I have to click on Grok. Go to Grok. Go to history. Okay, yeah. So let's go back here, transition. All right. So I saw that this. I was like, man, this looks really cool. This is an awesome looking fight scene. I don't want to make it full screen because I don't want to get in trouble. But I was like, wow, this is just really cool animation. I have no clue what this is, but it just looks really cool. And I asked Grok. I was like, what is this from? And Grok was telling me that this is One Piece. And I was like, no, this is definitely not One Piece. Try again. Here's the chat. What anime is this? Clips from One Piece, specifically a highly praised fight scene from ongoing Egghead arc, and then it talks about it. And I'm like, you serious? This doesn't look like One Piece. Yes, I'm serious. Definitely One Piece. And then it goes on. I'm like, and then it says that Luffy is in the clip, and I'm like, Luffy is 100% not in this clip. Luffy is 100%. I stopped it from I stopped and then I added another. Yeah, Luffy is not 100% not in this clip. The only Luffy is in the top left corner, which is a watermark for the person's account. So right here is basically this image. That's the Luffy that's in the image. And this is, oh, you're right. Upon closer inspection. Yeah, well, yeah, and then it says Luffy is dodging bullets in the back or something like that. Yeah, and I'm like, you're still wrong. Luffy is not in the animation. He's not even in the background. It was saying he's in the background dodging bullets. And then it finally told me that it was what was it? This Da Wang Ro Ming, a Chinese anime. Point being, you can't trust AI. It should not do the thinking for you. Because it couldn't even the fact that the video had a tiny little watermark of Luffy in the corner, it tricked Grok into thinking that it's One Piece. And I'm like, yo, I just want to know what anime this is. I don't even think I'm going to even watch it. I was just interested. I was like, what the heck is this show? Because it looks so cool. The fight scene looks cool. Let me catch up with the chat. People focus on silly things. AI is someone's control. Yeah. Okay, I read that one. Okay. I found Grok makes a great research tool, especially after how many times Google search has failed me. Yeah, I think if you use it as a research tool and say, okay, I want to look for articles, find me these articles or stuff like that. I think it's good as a search engine. That's how I think AI should be used. You use it like a search engine, not as a, hey, make a decision for me. The problem most people focus on losing hope of working a high status job. Yeah, I think I agree, Liam. I think a lot of people experience existential crises because of the fact that they put their entire life into that one thing. Like for example, specifically artists are very they feel an existential threat from artificial, intelligence generating art in their place because they feel like their entire self-worth is art. And when they see that a computer can do a pretty good job, then they're like, this is threatening my existence. That's how, whether they came to that conclusion or not, that's basically the thought process that they're feeling. The fear that they're feeling is similar to that. So that's why they're coming to this conclusion. And to be frank, it's because they have no life beyond that. They don't have a solid relationship. They're not building a family. And this is why I feel like family building and religion are so important for a person. And I know, not all my audience is religious, but I'm still going to express that I feel like it's very important to have a higher cause, because if your cause is just you at the moment, your career, then your life can easily fall apart. But once you have a higher cause, you have God that you want to worship and follow and do as he commands, and with that in place, you are serving your family, you're serving your spouse, you're serving your parents, you're serving your children, you're raising your children, you're helping your community. Then you have a sense of purpose in life, and your life is more fulfilling because you have a sense of purpose. You are part of a larger cause at that point. But if you're just an artist and you're really good at art, and then all of a sudden you see a machine make art just as good as you, maybe not as good, but almost as good, then your life just falls apart. And I know that some people just don't want to hear this reality, but like we can't just revolve our entire life around our career. Like if I no longer make video games, I mean, I want to get back into. I haven't been making video games a while because I've been so busy. But I guess that ties into the point. But even if I'm not making video games, I still have purpose. At the end of the day, I have to feed my kids. I have to pay for the rent. I need to take care of my kids. I want to make sure that they grow up to be honest and have integrity and to be good people. And that mission is larger than, just making creative stuff. Let me get back to the chat. Always check Grok's sources, though. Yes, I agree. He uses Reddit. I like how Peaceful Dance. I like how you refer to Grok as a he. There's a so they're kind of using copyright idea to defend artists. I suspect they don't hold the same idea when personally break copyright with films and music. And going into that, when we put in our time and effort into our work, whether I make a video, I make a video game, I make something, I make a YouTube thumbnail, I want to get compensated for the time I put into it. And I think compensation is important. But if somebody sees that I make something and they're like, oh, that's cool, and they get inspired by it, I can't stop someone from being inspired by it. If they like my, I do I don't just do YouTube thumbnails for myself. I do them on Upwork as well. One of the many things I try to do to make money is I go on Upwork and do YouTube thumbnails for people. But if someone sees my style online and then they're like, "Oh, that's a cool style. It looks like it might work." If they copy the style, then like it is what it is. I mean, my style isn't like something I originally came up with myself. I looked at other YouTube thumbnails and was like, okay, what works? Big font works, contrasting colors works, making sure that it's legible, making sure that has like a focal point, etc. So I mean, it is what it is. As humans, we're either influencing others or we're being influenced by others. It's like one or the other. Okay, let me get back to this. Where did it go? I pressed down and it went down too far. Wow. Okay, you need to interrogate Grok about sources until it gives you all of them on the platter. Yeah, that side is also bad. Power costs rises. State of AI plans pushes up the cost of power. Yes, I agree. And there's definitely there's going to be a power crisis very soon. I mean, a lot of people are already experiencing very high power bills, electric bills in the United States. Fortunately, I'm not experiencing it. I think because I live in Texas, and Texas it's off the rest of the power grid of the rest of the United States. Texas has its own power grids, so I'm not experiencing that. But I know a lot of families are experiencing insane electric bills at the moment, and it's just going to get worse. Have you ever gotten an AI to change its conclusion in a debate? It may be pointless, but feels like an accomplishment. I feel like AI. I've done that. I mean, just from out of boredom, I've done that so many times, and I feel like, well, especially with ChatGPT, it loves to just try to please me. Hold on, give me 1 second, guys. Someone's knocking on my door. It might be my wife, so I apologize for that. I will be right back. Let's put this on hold. Transition. Okay. All right. I'm back. I'm back, guys. All right. There's a maintenance man here, and my wife needs to give him instructions, and she don't know what I asked to get fixed. Anyways, let me. Okay, the side is also. Okay, I already read that. Have you ever gotten? Yeah, I read that. Aren't there a lot of repetition in design of games? Inventory crafting makes sense. Yeah, yeah, and like the thing is, the point of using AI or even automation in general, because I made the point in the video that automation also takes away jobs. The point of automation is to simplify. Well, I guess I didn't make this point in the video, but automation is supposed to simplify the tedious tasks. And when I was working QA at Zwift, I would write test cases for the test plan, and there'd be a QA engineer, and the engineer's job is to turn my test cases into automation. Automated testing programs so that it can run these tests on its own rather than manually tested. That way, it saves human hours. I used to know people who worked in education at university teaching. They had to keep and updated list of books with summary to show they were academically active. Turns out they were copying from reviews. A lot of let me go down. A lot of people were doing the same kind of misuse before AI was a thing. AI is just a new tool. Yeah, and like everything's going to be There's always going to be bad actors, and that's an unfortunate thing. And that doesn't excuse the like it doesn't excuse their act of misusing it. It's just a reality that we have to be aware of, that there's going to be misuse of everything, and not just technology, but like just everything in general. Any type of tool, anything that's useful. For example, firearms. There's going to be people who use it for defense or for hunting, and then there's going to be people who want to use it to use it for nefarious reasons. And then if those are taken away, then they're going to use something else for nefarious reasons. Let me go down. They're teaching MAs in culture, art. MAs. Well, what are MAs? Human intuition is under it. Yeah, exactly. Adversarial image corruption is quite an interesting topic regarding confusion AIs into thinking it's something else. What is adversarial image corruption? Oh, I know what that is. Okay, that's when there's data in the image that makes the AI think it's something else. Like if it's an image of a dog and the programming in it says that it's a cat, the AI will look at it and be like, "Yep, that's a cat." I did see that before. I actually see it's as a feature rather. I don't love the fact as the moves forward, we ever so come closer to panopticon. Family matters so much; it helps you stay grounded. Yeah, I completely agree, Liam. I think having a mission, a cause that's beyond your job is essential for like your mental well-being. Because then you get into like so many people question like, what's the meaning of life? What's my purpose in this world? And if you're a single man in your 30s, your 40s, you don't have a family, you're just working, then yeah, your life seems pointless. It's like, why are you doing this? Why am I going to work to make money, to buy these things, and then go back to work and I'm miserable? Like that all completely changes when you have family. Like, when you have a family, your perspective of what's important is completely different. That's correct use of perspective, unlike that person I showed earlier who said my perspective and they meant point. Hey, Sarah Van Balahi, welcome. Thanks for joining. Always happy to see you. How are things going? Oh, Master of Arts. Okay, thanks, Liam. All right. Did I skip? I skipped Mr. 10 Years. Thanks for joining. I'm late. Reacting to modern games are you're deleting stuff right before my eyes. Thanks for joining, Mr. 10 Years. Happy to be welcome. Yes, life's meaning is what we make of it. All right, so let me get back to. Let's get some more of this. React to modern games are actually terrible by Shendel James. Modern games are actually. Let me put that up. YouTube. Modern games are actually terrible. Maybe I'll do that next time. Okay, so I see the video. Oh, okay, all right. I'll copy the URL. I'll put this. I'll just save it for next time. Modern games are actually terrible. All right. So if I don't have a main topic for next week, I'll whoa, not embed. Delete. Let's put the bookmark it. There we go. All right. Thank you, Mr. 10 Years. I might do that a reaction to that next week. But let me get back to these comments. Let's go to this thread that peaceful dance was fighting a battle in this one. Like this person was just straight up. I don't know. I just stopped replying to this person. Well, first of all, I want to mention. Let me get this on the screen. Let me get right there. We go. So I want to mention that a lot of these people who are like pro AI seem to have like anime girls, like right there, another anime girl. And I know these people are guys. I'm very certain these people are guys. They have like these little anime girls, and they're all like pro AI. Like, oh, sorry, not pro anti AI, like super anti AI, and they have like these little anime girls. Pretty sure this person who peaceful dance was fighting with. So what was this person's point? Like, just to remind myself, I think some of them just hate the direct use of AI, for example. So okay, this whole idea of like just direct use of AI, like I don't like these arbitrary rules. Like, how do you come up with this? How do you come up with this rule that if it's directly used, or like if the first thing that generated was good, why not? If you don't have to edit it, if you don't need to make any iterations, then like, what's the difference? Yeah, like I said, I was like, okay, even if it's direct use, I think the context is important. For example, a solo developer like myself. So I was just making an example. My point that I was making is that if I'm working on something and I put AI art in my game, it's not the same as a big company using AI art, because of the fact that I can't afford to hire somebody, but they can afford to hire an artist. Like, that was my point. And also I was saying cohesion is another thing that's important too, because if it's cohesive with the rest of the game, and the style matches, it looks good, it looks like it's intentionally put together, then people aren't going to have an issue with it, or at least the customer is not going to have an issue with it. Unlike if it's Studio Ghibli style knockoff art and it's Call of Duty, then people are going to look at this and say, what's going on? Why does it look like this? So that was the point I was trying to make. And AI can be used as and then I like how you point out Peaceful Dance. This person says, true, AI can be used as a tool to liberate people, not a tool for generating. I'm like, oh, that's not what I said. And then you called him out. I'm pretty sure this is a man, even though that's a girl picture. I'm very certain that's a man. But anyways, you're like, that's not what he said. Why are you saying true and then going back to whatever the F you want to push as correct? Like, there's a lot of mental gymnastics when it comes to these arguments. And I don't know, I guess some of them are just not paying attention, not reading the whole comment or something. Let me get back to let's get to the comments section. All right. Not the comments, the chat. That's what I meant. Okay, all right, react to, okay, I read that. Been busy playing Trepang Square on the side. How's that? How's that, Sarah Van Balahi? Is it as good as, is it out? Is it like fully out at this point? Because I know it was on early access for a long time. Trepang Squared is pretty. I love that game. By the way, yesterday I beat the Beowulf game. Congrats. Always hope one of my comments is not going to be a bad one. Hey, as long as you don't just say nonsense like true, I agree with you, and then say the complete opposite. I was like, okay, all right, yeah. Um, I wouldn't be fighting him slash her if not for constant pushing of their own point of view. He was like, yeah, 100%, but actually it's this way. Yeah. See this, I one thing I want to note real quick with let's go here. Let's open this. So content. So one thing on verify it's you. Okay, let me get this off screen. Transition. All right, I don't because it's gonna like bring up the login screen. Okay, let's Sabr path, log in. Oh, now I gotta do it on my phone. I gotta do the verification on the phone. Come on. Come on, we don't have all day. Got like 15 more minutes. Yes, it's me. Yeah, that's the number. All right, let's put this down. Okay. All right, it wanted to all right, so let's transition back. All right. So, one thing I'll note, so this video, it's majority getting likes. 95. I mean, these aren't like amazing numbers or anything, but 95 upvotes, 21 downvotes. So the majority, vast majority, 80-ish% are agreeing with my point I made in the video. But when I go to the comment section, well, like, if I the comment section, so many people are like 100% anti-AI, completely disagreeing with my points. I'm pretty sure some of them aren't even watching the whole video because my where is it? So let's go over here. No, not there, not detail. So analytics. So I got a big jump just recently. Lots of people watching that and now. Anyways, so as you can see here, the amount of people watching drastically drops really quickly because I think they click on the video and then they decide to type up their long, skip the ad, their long comment rather than watching the rest of the video. And that affects my average view duration. The average view duration is if somebody watches the video, from start to finish, then the view duration goes up. But if they stop watching it earlier, then the view duration goes down. Especially if they stop in the very beginning, then that like drastically drops down the average view duration. The point being is that looking at the comments, completely different story versus the like versus dislike ratio. The like versus dislike ratio, I got lots of likes. So the majority seem to agree, but then there seems to be a very vocal, extremely vocal minority. And because it's a vocal minority, I feel like this reinforces the experience I've been having so far when it comes to AI in games. My conclusion I came up with long ago. Well, not long ago, years ago, but in the beginning of all this, my conclusion was that most people, if they can't tell, they're not going to care. And not only if they can't tell, but if it's not jarring, if it's jarring, if it looks bad, if it looks like it doesn't belong, that's when people aren't going to care. But if it looks like it fits in and the game is good and they're enjoying the game, people aren't going to care. And this experience with this video, I think it reinforces my theory that most people just don't care, and it's just an extremely vocal minority of people who are like, holding up the pitchforks and attacking the people who are using AI rather than attacking, the politicians who are allowing for tax money to go into the expediting the development of AI, and these billionaires like Peter Thiel and Elon Musk, just pouring billions into AI. So, rather than attacking the source, they want to attack. It's just a very vocal minority, a mob that's attacking the the users. Let me get back to the chat. Let's get back over here. I hear a baby crying. Oh wait, did I just got a. Let's redo this. Looks like somebody subscribed. Can I get that? Oh, let's. Can I do that again? All right, you do. Yeah. There we go. Hey! Goon. Oh, wow. Wow. I'm not going to say that. Thank you for subscribing. Wow. I'm not going to say that out loud. Whoops. I appreciate you subscribing, though. If anyone wants to do a super chat, I'd appreciate it. And also, again, if you don't want us to do a super chat, you don't stop moving. If you don't want to do a super chat, you don't have to. You can leave a like. That would really help the video. Let me get myself on the screen at this point, because I think I'm just going to focus on catching up with chat as I wrap up this live stream. So, whoa. We're having lots of discussions over here. Okay. All right. So, I wouldn't be fired. Okay, yeah, I read that. It's too fun, man, in all right way. Whoa. Mr. 10 here. Oh, okay, you guys talk about the game. Okay, all right. And what's that's why birth rate's declining. I mean, birth rates decline for lots of reasons. I'm not too sure what's the reason that you mentioned. Hey, that's going to pop up soon. There it is. Oh, should I? Yeah, now it looks better against my shirt. Hey, thanks for the super chat. Does it say it? Okay. Cooner Squad. I mean, I don't really support that, but I appreciate the $5 super chat. Thank you. Thanks for the support. What was the reason why that the birth rate is declining? What was the reason why you were mentioning in the chat that the birth rate is declining? Because there's a lot of reasons. I think there's a lot of reasons, but mainly, I think a major one is that society is convinced that your life ends once you get married and start a family, and I think it's the complete opposite. Your life really, truly accelerates once you start a family, and of course, there's a problem with like women focusing on careers rather than building families, so they're not even interested in getting married and starting a family. But there's a lot to it. Okay, I think this person is super pro UBI and AI wiping. They're behind, want to be liberated from having to work at all. One day YouTube may add watch time or percent to each comment. I'd love to see that. That would be interesting. So I was watching. My wife and I were watching a video last night, and at the end of the video, the guy's like, "Leave a comment." I can't remember what the word he said, but just so I know that you got to the end. And then I was like, I bet no one said that in the comments. And then my wife scrolls down. I was like, oh, okay, people did say it. All right, maybe I should do that. I guess it's also like a call to action to get people to comment, which helps boost the engagement, which boosts the algorithm. Useless stats. It is the stats for the YouTube are useless for watchers, but it's useful for me because a lot of all the analytics like basically my goal is to get good stats on certain things such as click-through rate, um, average watch duration. Those, I think those are like the main two ones, because if people are clicking on it, that's the click-through rate. Then it shows that people are interested in watching it. And then the average watch duration shows, are people actually watching my video? And YouTube really cares if they're watching through it or not. If they watch like a few seconds and then give up, then YouTube's like, oh, okay, people don't like the video. And then they will, like, the algorithm will stop sending people to my video. So for me, it's important information, but yeah, for the viewer, I agree, it's useful. Oh, I didn't send you lit 420. I didn't say hi to you. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining the chat. Did I miss anybody else? How you doing, lit 420? I appreciate you joining. Bro, what in the deku is this? What were we talking about? Did I show what I show that? Okay, let me catch back up. Man, I pressed down and then all of a sudden a lot of it went away. See, I'm using this OBS window that has the chat, and then if I press on the wrong part of the scroll bar, it scrolls too far. So I have to like make sure I just click on the down button. On a subscriber. Okay, we've got the Gooner Squad, and then with anime PFP. Okay, yeah. So the anime profile pictures. Yes, that's what I meant. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, yeah. A lot of these guys, they're like really into. I don't know. Maybe they got like a pillow or something. I don't know. They're just really into anime girls. It's corny, but like and sub works. I think LTT mentioned in the video. I upped the stats something like 20%. Yeah, having a call to action. It's proven that it works, and I know there are people who say like for example, Sungrand in his video, he's like, yeah, I don't tell you guys to like and subscribe because you guys are all smart, you know better, and yeah, my audience, those of you who are in the chat, you guys are smart. But the thing is, having a reminder is a reminder. People will forget. They'll get caught up in the moment. They'll watch the video and they'll just like really enjoy it and be like, yeah, that was a good video. But that reminder at the end will be like, oh yeah, I didn't hit the like. I didn't leave a comment, or oh, he brought up this point again. I should comment on that. So that's why I feel like it's important for me to do calls to action, because of the fact that some people will just forget, or they'll think about it for a second and then they'll kind of just move on. Their brain will move on. They get distracted. Thanks for liking the stream. Anyways, looks like I'm completely caught up. I already hit the like. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, there's still more chat. I gotta catch up with the chat. Okay, it's corny, but you need to do it. It's part of the game. I'll have a video on my second display. The reminder gets me to hit the like if I like the screen. Yeah. Like I said, people are distracted. They forget, etc. So having a call to action. I mean, yes, it's nice to respect your audience and say, yeah, you guys are smart. You guys know what to do. You know how YouTube works. But we're all human. We all forget. Ooh. Anyways, that's it for today's stream. I got I'm hitting my 90 minutes, so I don't want to make it too long. Because I've seen people who left comments like, oh, can you make a shorter video on this topic? I don't want to watch a 2-hour live stream on this topic. So I don't want to make, I don't want to keep these live streams too long. Plus, I hear my daughter screaming. She's 1. so it's not like she's a teenager screaming. She's a little baby screaming. But anyways, plus I got my stuff to do. As I mentioned, I got my battle plan done. I got my list of daily tasks I gotta do. Got to put in like 5 job applications and 5 Upwork. What are those things called on Upwork? It's a bid. That's what it's called, a bid. Got to put my 5 bids in, and just gotta. Oh, and I'm starting my C# project. So got stuff to do. Thanks for joining. I appreciate all you guys. Thank you, Gilbert, for the great stream. Thank you, Mr. 10 Years, W Stream. Thank you, Liam in Wales. Hope you get out of Wales so people know what Wales is. I'm messing with you. Been a fun night and all chat. Thank you, Sarah Valahi. Have a good one, mate. Thank you, Peaceful Dance, for fighting these people in the comments. Thanks, Mr. 10 Years, for the super chat. Who else? I've said so many names. At this point, I feel like I should just say everybody's name. Thank you, Lit420. Anyways, thank you all for joining the chat. I should have next Tuesday. Let me look at the calendar real quick. Next Tuesday, I should have free. Let me double check real quick. So next Tuesday, it will be January 6th. Yeah, I'm not scheduled to work that week. So yeah, we'll do it next week, same time, Tuesday. And yeah. And I hope you guys God bless, and I hope you guys what's the word? Not disappointed that I'm going to hold off on videos for a while. I'll just repeat it real quick because I said it before a lot of people joined. But, next 90 days, I'm focusing on my battle plan to, put in applications and try to, I have goals set to find a career, advance my career, etc. So I'm going to continue doing the live streams for now. But as far as videos, it's too time consuming to fit with all these other goals. So they're on pause for the moment unless there's like a really big topic that I really want to talk about. But it's going to be on pause. Hope you guys understand that. That's the word, understanding. Hope you're understanding. Anyways, yeah, Happy New Year.